Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Eve here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video I'm very excited to do because I'm going to be doing this fall makeup look using all affordable products. Some of these products you already may have seen on my previous videos on my channel, and some of them they're very brand new. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Eve. I love all things beauty. Without any further ado, let's get into fall makeup application. Okay guys, I'm gonna start with bare face. I'm moisturizing my lips a little bit. I'm gonna use this balm from Juvia's Place. This is in the Saint Mango. I really have been loving using it before I do my whole entire makeup, before I apply my lip products. We're gonna start with priming my face, and I'm gonna use this NYX Marshmallow primer. I'm gonna be pretty generous with this product, kind of hydrating, and applies on skin really nicely. It almost has a consistency of like a thin lotion, where it does have a thin texture and it spreads really evenly. It does have a light sweet scent to it. For my foundation, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1 foundation. Mine is in the shade A10 Classic Ivory. This is a full coverage foundation with SPF 18, and I'm also using my Wet n Wild sponge today. I'm going to start with full 2 pumps. This foundation goes on skin very hydrating. It says it is full coverage. I do see a good coverage right now. I don't have my redness shown. I have to say that this foundation matches my skin tone really well. It went on skin very light and I still see my texture. It does look like skin. I don't think I need another layer. I feel like this is a good coverage. The areas of my concerns are usually like my cheek areas where I have my redness and around my eyebrows, and I feel like it covered really well. So I will just stay with one layer of this product and we're gonna move on. To brighten my under eyes today, I'm gonna be using this new Incognito concealer by Wet n Wild. I have mine in the shade Fair. This formula is thicker. It blends out pretty easily and it definitely brightens the under eye. It is definitely a full coverage concealer. I feel like in comparison to other concealers like e.l.f. Camo Concealer or Tarte Shape Tape, it is thicker formula, but it's not as thick as the other two that I just mentioned. However, it does brighten really well. To set my under eyes today, I'm gonna be using my Ulta Beauty Adjustable Coverage Foundation. Mine is in the shade Fair Warm. I spoke about this product on my channel a good amount. To set the rest of my face today, I'm going to be using this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder. Mine is in the shade Light. Also using my powder brush from Ulta Beauty. I'm going to gently tap it on my face. This is quite mattifying product. It also gives you additional coverage. I feel like this CoverGirl foundation and this NYX powder is a really nice combo because the foundation is quite thin. There goes my dogs. I feel like you guys need to meet my dogs very soon because every time I film, you get to hear the voices. I have 2 dogs. They're very camera shy, both of them, but maybe one of these days I will include them in my vlogs for you. I feel like this foundation and this powder make a really nice duo. To warm up my complexion today, I'm going to be using one of my new favorite bronzers. This is by Juvia's Place from their new bronze collection, and this is in the shade Light. I'm gonna go with this color today. I'm just using stippling motions, and I always start with my cheek area. For my blush today, I'm gonna be using the Serafina blush by Juvia's Place. After I filmed full face of Juvia's Place makeup, this blush has become one of my favorites to reach for. This blush is so pretty. It is quite pigmented and it just goes on skin really lovely. I'm using very fluffy brush by It Cosmetics. It's angled fluffy brush, and I just use like stippling motion to apply it on the apples of my cheeks and really blend it out to give it a very nice natural effect of a flush cheeks. For my highlighter today, I'm going to be using the Highlight Buttery Soft Highlighting Powder by Rimmel. It's in the shade 001 Stardust. I've recently picked up this highlighter and I could not stop using it. So I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush. It feels really, really buttery on skin and it's beaming. Can you guys see this? It's definitely a buildable formula. It blends into your skin so nicely. I haven't heard that many people talk about it, but this is kind of a new product and it's amazing. Look how beautiful that is. It looks more gold in the pan than it looks on the face. I feel like on the face it looks pretty pearly. I cannot say that it translates to the skin as gold at all. Now that the complexion is done, I'm gonna move on to framing my eyebrows. I'm gonna be using the Bite Size Brow Palette in neutral brown shade. There are 4 pans in this palette and we have 2 pans with waxes. One is a clear one and one is a tinted one. And the other 2 pans have the powder shadows for your eyebrows. Today I'm going to be using the deeper shade wax. And first thing I'm going to do is just to spray a little bit of a setting spray to wet it. Just one teeny tiny spray is enough. And I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of mush it inside like that and start swiping my eyebrows, kind of like brushing them along how your eyebrows grow. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start brushing the eyebrows upwards. And you guys can see how the eyebrow hairs just stays where they are brushed up. The color is really nice. I love this feathery effect eyebrows. To finish off my eyebrows, I'm going to be using Ultra Precise Brow Pencil by e.l.f. I feel like the eyebrow wax deposited a really good tint to my eyebrows. All I need to do is just finish up the tail and maybe even out the bottom portion of my eyebrow, just making that line a little bit more defined and precise. This pencil is really nicely pigmented. It's also soft, but it's not very waxy, which I love because it doesn't slip. I don't have a lot of brow hair. For me, it is really important the pencil doesn't slide over. I recently picked up a new launches from Catrice. They're 5 in the box. Eyeshadow palette minis. There are 5 pans in each shadow. I picked up 2 palettes. The top one is warm spice look and the bottom one is a golden nude look. The bottom one golden nude look palette is more on a neutral cooler tone side and the top one is slightly warmer. Today I'm going to be using a warm spice look palette. I'm just gonna set my lid with that lightest matte shade. I really like when the lighter lid shades are included in the palettes. This is like one of my favorite things to see. Then I'm gonna go with this next medium matte shade. I'm gonna start applying it into my crease. I'm using my Ulta Fluffy Blending Brush. I'm gonna do the same shade on my lower lash. Such a beautiful warm tone. And I'm gonna switch to my blending shadow brush by Ulta and then I'm gonna deepen to this darkest matte and I'm gonna apply it only in the outer corner with the tapping motions first. I'm gonna use the same shade and apply it to the lower lash very close to the lash line. I'm gonna use a flat brush and just apply the shimmer shade. It applies really nicely with the brush. Hey guys, I finished the look on both eyes and the last thing that I want to add is a highlight of the inner corner. I'm gonna use this lightest shimmer shade. I went ahead and applied the lashes to my top lid and on my lower lashes I would like to add this mascara by Balm by Sharon C. I've featured this in the video of a full face of Balm by Sharon C. I've really been loving this mascara. To finish up this look today, I am going to use some lip products by Juvia's Place. I'm going to be using a Luxe lip liner in the shade Sweet Nothing. And for my lipstick, I'm going to be using the matte lipsticks in the shade In Vogue. The formula is matte, however, it's really comfortable and I went on in one a really nice solid layer. It feels really comfortable on skin and I think this color matches this eye look to perfection. The very last thing that I like to do to our makeup today is set it with a setting spray. I'm going to be using this setting spray with a matte finish by Maybelline. Okay guys, the makeup look is done. Let me go fix my hair and I'm gonna be right back with my final thoughts. Primer. Let's start from this NYX Marshmallow Primer And as you guys can see, I have it in a deluxe size. I've really been loving this primer. There was a lot of hype about this product when it was launched. I didn't get this product till recently. It does feel smoothing and moisturizing on skin. If you are dry skin or normal skin type, you will love this product because it does add that extra hydration to your face by also adding smoothing to your texture. This product is lightly scented, is not overwhelming, and it doesn't linger. You guys know how I feel about scented products in general. It applies really easily, it absorbs into skin, it does have a slight tackiness to it once it's set. However, it doesn't pill up under makeup, it wears beautifully. I really have been enjoying it. Also, side note here, it does remind me of the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer that is very, very similar in texture and in performance. As far as the CoverGirl Outlast foundation, I think that this shade perfectly matches me. I did not have to correct anything, and that doesn't happen that often. When I don't think the range of this foundation is anything amazing. I happen to be a lucky one, I guess, to find my perfect match. I do like that this formula is quite light and thin. It goes on skin really easily, effortless application, and it does give you a very nice full coverage. When we think of full coverage foundations, a lot of times we would think of like heavy and makeupy looking. This doesn't do none of that. I only applied one layer and that was perfectly enough. This foundation is 3-in-1, so it does have a primer, concealer, and a foundation. It does have a natural finish. It does feel very comfortable and lightweight on skin, and I feel like this foundation really stands out for its claims. Let's talk about this Incognito Concealer by Wet n Wild. I have to say that I like this concealer, but I don't love this concealer. It is a thicker formula. It definitely had a brightening effect under my eyes. It does have a really nice creaminess to it, and it applies and blends pretty easily. I use a sponge to apply this concealer and it worked perfectly well. If you have more textured skin and more finer lines around your eye area, I think this could be a little bit heavier concealer. The best way to apply this concealer is to definitely hydrate your eye area and then go very, very light-handed. A little would go a long way for you. And I wanted to do an honorable mention to the Wet n Wild sponge. I definitely like the shape of it. It's nice and soft and smushy. The sponge is a little bit more porous than my other sponges. It's not by any means a bad product, but I feel like I would prefer my other sponges a little bit more just for the porous consistency that this sponge has. Let's talk a little bit about my powder products today, and I've used this Ulta Beauty adjustable powder foundation to set my under eye area. This is a very, very nice powder, and it's a very much underrated product that nobody really talks about, and I feel like this product deserves more attention and shout outs. So I do have this powder in two different shades. This shade perfectly works for my under eye area for highlighting purposes, and I do have another shade that matches my overall skin tone. I think that this powder works really well. It's not powdery. It does give you a little bit of like a smoothing effect, and it is not heavy. I love, love, love this powder. I really like that it has a tiny mirror in the package and it comes in really handy. One thing to pay attention for these powders, if we're looking to pick one up, is that the shade description does not match the actual color inside of the packaging. To set the rest of my face today, I use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder. This powder is definitely worth the hype that it's been getting, and I just like the packaging. Is pretty sturdy considering the fact that this product is very, very affordable. It is a setting powder, however, it does have a little color to it, so when you apply, it does deposit a color. This comes in a shade range. This a light shade definitely matched my overall skin tone. This is definitely a mattifying powder. If you are a dry skin type, I do not think this product is for you. If you're a normal skin type, I would still suggest you hydrate your skin really, really well before using this powder. And I would also go really light-handed on this product because the more you apply, the more dryness it brings to your face. It does add smoothness to your texture and to your face. It's absolutely beautiful powder. Go light-handed, use a soft bristle powder brush. This powder is long-lasting, it is long-wearing. One thing that I wanted to note here is that this packaging is quite difficult to open. It is so firm that you really need to press it really hard. This bronzer duo is something else. It is so beautiful. This is a little bit more on the pricier side of drugstore price ranges. However, this is just so worth it. This is such a beautiful duo. I know it comes in several color variations, and this is such a beautiful formula. It just goes on skin so easily. It builds up, it blends easily, and the undertones of this product just look perfect. Same goes for the Serafina blush. I absolutely love this. It is a slightly pigmented, but it goes on skin really effortlessly. This color is beautiful, and I feel like you can definitely use it in spring and summer, as well as transition into early fall. This highlighter by Rimmel is so beautiful. It is described as a buttery soft highlighter, and it is like that in a touch. And if you can see in the pan, it almost looks like it is a creamy formula. However, it is almost like a cream to powder and applies really beautifully with the brush. In the pan, it definitely looks more gold. It does translate to skin a little bit more like a neutral pearly glow. This formula is beautiful. It just melts into your skin. You don't know where it starts. You don't know where it finishes. It's so pretty. Definitely buildable. You can go light-handed and just do a little glow. If you, like me, you like glowing skin and beaming highlights, by all means go ahead and layer it up a few times. Let's talk about some eyebrow products. I've only recently picked up this product maybe about a few weeks ago, and you can see, guys, how I have this like major pan, because this is pretty much the only product that I was very interested in. My eyebrows are very sparse, even though I have them microbladed, but it has been some time. So I definitely need product that's very much tinted, and I really love putty products or the gel products for eyebrows that actually have the hold. Definitely don't like them to be looking very stiff, like as if I would put a really strong hairspray on them. However, I do like those waxy textures that hold my eyebrow hairs in place. This is definitely a good product. It does give you a tint, it does have a hold, and it was really effortlessly to apply. The clear wax is just the same as the tinted one, however, it is clear. I prefer the tinted products because I do need that extra coverage. It does almost have like two products in one. It does tint and it does set. It almost speeds up the process for me. When it comes to the powder products that are included here, they're really nice. I don't think I'm gonna have the most use out of them. It's just my personal preference. They are very good quality. They're really soft, and I feel like if you use them in a combination with waxes, you can just use a really nice thin brow brush and apply it to fill in your sparseness, and it is a very good quality. One thing that I really wish e.l.f. would take it to another level, for them to make separate product just a wax. That would be amazing. And as far as this e.l.f. pencil, it is really nice, you guys. It's probably one of the best drugstore pencils of this size. It does have a really nice creamy and pigmented formula. You do not need to apply pressure when applying this product. It just glides on your eyebrows and like the skin around it really effortlessly, and depositing just enough color for you to fill in those sparse areas in your eyebrows. It's not waxy. It is really comfortable, creamy formula, and I love that there is a spoolie. It's one of the best pencils, that's all I can say. If you've never tried it, if you are the person who uses like skinny micro pencils like this for your eyebrows, definitely I recommend you looking into this. This is amazing product. I wanted to say a few words about this mascara. Really good mascara. I've been using it pretty much non-stop. It does give you a really nice volume. It's really easy to use. It doesn't clump up. It is more on the drier formula, so you get that volume right off the bat. It doesn't give you so much length, but it does give you a beautiful volume. You can also build up the layers if you don't wait for too long. If you want 2 or 3 layers, you can definitely do it. Don't wait too long between the application rounds. This mascara doesn't smudge and doesn't flake off. I wear this to my day office job, and I do not have to worry about having panda eyes. Where do I start with this beautiful eyeshadow palette? Cannot believe this is only $6 palette. This is fantastic. This palette is a jam. I've been using this palette a lot since the day I got it, and I just feel like I want to have all the palettes that they came out with. They're super affordable, and the color stores are really nice and beautiful, perfect for the fall. This little palette performs like a high-end eyeshadow. There's a good amount of kickback on a pickup. However, there is no fallout when you apply. There is a very, very minimal fallout when you apply the shimmer shades. However, I removed them with a brush and there was no smudging, no issues. And I know that it does not crease. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next videos. Bye.